You know, I remember a game in the late 50s or early 60s. It was at the stadium. The Colts had just scored. Unitas threw a touchdown pass. There was a few seconds left. The Colts kicked off. Everybody was walking out of the stadium, and the Lions ran it back 100 yards or so for a touchdown. And the same thing almost happened today.
It happens. Something like that is a little more excusable than I think what happened today. We'll talk about that, but I just can't believe it. People have been calling me, what's wrong with the team? What's going on? And
let me ask, what's wrong?
We'll ask the coach probably today and tomorrow. The Baltimore Colts lost their third game in a row to the Lions, 13-10, on probably one of the year's less intelligent coaching moves. When instead of giving up a safety with a 10-6 lead, less than 20 seconds remaining in the game, they went for a regular punt, which was blocked for a touchdown. You can believe that Coach Ted Marchibroda will have to answer some interesting questions this week. The Colts came out firing right from the very first play of the game. Jones here will hit Freddie Scott on a nice pass down to the 47-yard line. Then 3 plays later, Jones will again go to his wide receiver in for the injured Roger Carr, who takes it out of bounds here at the 30. The Colts look like they're starting to move. Of course, they've looked like that the last 3 weeks. Jones now will find McCauley down the left side, and he finally goes out at the 9-yard line, stopped at the 9. It's 1st and 10. Roosevelt Leaks now on a run around the left side, carries it down to the 2-yard line. Now keep in mind, Leaks last week fumbled. Now watch what he does here. Gets right to the goal line. The ball pops out into the end zone. The same story as last week against the Dolphins. I'll show it to you one more time. Leaks had a hold of the ball. Didn't look like he was hit very hard, but the ball pops out, and the drive is stopped, and the Lions take over. Now with the Colts moving again, as the Lions weren't able to muster anything together, Ray Chester here makes a great catch down to the 29, 1st and 10 Baltimore. And Lydell Mitchell carries the ball across the middle, and that puts him over 1,000 yards. We'll show you the play again. Lydell gets 1,000 yards for the season on this play, pickup of 6. Jones's pass now, as the Colts are starting to move again inside the 20, is picked off high, intended for Freddie Scott. Dick Duran gets it. That stops the drive at the 10-yard line as he runs it back. Show it to you one more time. He throws into a crowd. Freddie really has not much of a chance for it, and Duran picks it off, and that stops another drive. Now, watch this bad Jones here. This time will hit Ron Lee. It goes out of his hands, and it's dropped, and now they get a chance for a field goal here. Linhart in the 3rd quarter, as the first half was scoreless, but a bad spot on the snap foiled that, and it was still 0-0. Now the Lions start to move. Gary Danielson in for Greg Landry. Keeps it here, has to scramble, will cut back inside and picks up a first down to the 26-yard line. Now Leonard Thompson here will take a pass from Danielson and make that Kane. He carries the ball down to the 14-yard line. David Hill now has a chance to get a touchdown for the Lions, but thanks to Bruce Laird, who broke up the play, saved the Lions from scoring and taking the lead. And the field goal by Steve Mickemeyer, former Maryland star, is good, and they go ahead 3-0. Now the second half kickoff, the Lions leading 3-0. The coaches said, hang on to the football, don't make the mistakes, concentrate. They bring it back, and right away they lose it, and the Lions take over. And it's only because Mickemeyer missed this field goal that they didn't get any points on the board. It's still 3-0 at this point. Now the Colts still moving. Jones again goes through a nice series. This time he hits Chester, who hangs onto the ball for a first down. Now a nice run by Ron Lee around the right side with some great blocks in front of him down to the 22, a gain of 6. Lydell Mitchell this time gets the call. He gets down to the 17. Again, it's 1st and 10, and they're stopped. On 4th and 7, the field goal try is finally good by Linhart, and it's all tied up 3-3. Now the Lions fail to move. Jones again hits Ron Lee with a nice catch, hangs onto the ball. This time he hits Chester at the 47-yard line. Watch Chester in traffic hang on to this one. Lydell Mitchell now carries it down to the 33. This is late in the 3rd quarter. He picks up a 1st and 10. Gets tripped up there. He may have gone for a lot more. And then Jim Hunter again intercepts the pass from Jones. It's intended for Scott, and that stops another drive. Now watch this defensive play. The Lions are starting to move. It's 3rd down, and Norm Thompson here comes up and stops Danielson. Great defensive play. They have to give up the ball. Now they take it over. Jones here passes to Dowdy down to the 35 across the middle. 1st and 10. That was his first catch of the game. This time Jones will score, hitting Lydell Mitchell all alone across the middle, goes in, and finally they go on top 10-6. The kick is good. That's the first touchdown in 3 weeks. Watch it one more time. Across the middle, Lydell Mitchell hangs onto the football, and just when it looked like the Lions may win the game, happy Ted Marchibroda cheering everybody up on the sideline. Looked like the Colts would win that. Now, here, late in the game, Lions were moving almost on this flea flicker here to Luther Blue, but he was out of bounds. And now, Lyle Blackwood stops this final drive with about 2 minutes to go when he intercepts the pass from Danielson. It looked like it was all wrapped up, about 14 seconds. Dave Lee punts, and Leonard Thompson blocks it, goes in the end zone, and that's the end. Watch it again. Thompson here comes in, blocks the punt, and it's all, what can you say about it? That was it. And the final score, as you know, 13-10. They win that with the kick, made it good, and there was no time left. They ran one play, the kickoff, and they ran a clock. So you can say what you want about the inability of the offense to make the big play. You can talk about drop passes and fumbles, which seems to be the weekly topic of discussion, at least for the past 3 weeks. But the real story is, why didn't they go for the safety? Give up the 2 points. They still would have led 10-8 with about 15 seconds to go, and then take the free kick with no rush, and then make them come down and go about 60 yards with about 10 seconds left to go. Well, it's unbelievable to me that Coach Ted Marchibroda, who's being paid to make those kind of decisions, seems to have fallen into almost the same type of a slump that the team is in right now. It's an unfortunate. Anyway, it's history now, and the most important thing is not to forget that Baltimore can still win the AFC Eastern Division with a win over New England next week. Believe me, you almost need a computer to figure it out, but it's now based on total losses within the AFC. Just beat New England next Sunday, and the Colts win the division, and we'll go to the playoffs.